Hello everyone. Today is a day that many people call Thanksgiving. It's a holiday that was founded on a massacre of our Native American brothers and sisters. And I am on Standing Rock Reservation right now. And I'll show you in a second what's happening. Oops. I just invite every single person who's watching from home to investigate and research what this holiday means, why this holiday exists, and what you're going to do to reframe that narrative and to change that narrative for your future ancestors, despite what side of history your ancestors were on, because I don't know what side of history my ancestors were on, but I know what side of history my children will be on, and my future ancestors will be on. I just want you to see what's going on Standing Rock Reservation right now. Right now I'm standing on Army Corps land, so it's totally legal where I am. I cannot be arrested from here, to my knowledge. So those of you who are saying Happy Thanksgiving, I encourage you to maybe think about what today means, like I said a minute ago, and again, how we can take responsibility for the history that our kids in elementary school are being taught, and middle school and high school about this day, and about what happened during colonization of this country, and not only during that time, but also what's happening right now to Native Americans, and not just Indigenous people in America and North America, but Indigenous people all around the world. Up on the mountain, I'll show you in a second, but up on the mountain, a whole team of people just came, and they have, I'm going to put this up, they have guns with rubber bullets, they're dressed in all black. Is it working again now? Maybe it's working again, hopefully. I'll just keep talking in case it is working. I'll be the crazy girl in the corner talking to myself. So the police are saying do not cross the river, because I'm sure from their end, they feel like they have jurisdiction over that land. But a key factor that we're forgetting about in these conversations and these dialogues with the police right now is that, this land was Native American land. And this land is indigenous. This land is indigenous to this earth. And so I understand both sides of the narrative and both sides of the story. And I pray, and I encourage all of you at home to pray that not just in this moment, but humanity in general can come to remove these lines and these divisions, whether it's a line that divides us because of our race, because of our religions, our traditions, our cultural backgrounds, or whether it's a line that's literally defined by a body of water moving two chunks of land from one another. The more that we keep these divisions intact, the more everyone will suffer, because when one piece of this puzzle suffers, everything suffers. So here's what's going on. I think a hard thing is that they're saying we can meet and have a mutual compromise here. And I'm sure, I'm not going to speak for anybody, but I'm sure it's hard to hear, let's have a compromise after 500 years of compromises, after 500 years of colonization, after 500 years of silencing. so I understand both sides.
200 people.
Here comes the family.
Good job. Yep.
Connection is weak. And today is Thanksgiving. Do you want to share anything about Thanksgiving and that word in general? And
let's give thanks for this beautiful, beautiful Mother Earth and all she's given us, and protect her and remember that she is sacred.
that's what we're doing. And these lines, man, they just keep dividing us. But we got to stay in that good way. We got to remember that those are only means of distraction. They're only distracting us from the truth, and the truth is that we are all connected. And the truth is that we are all love, and every single day it is a choice to wake up and to choose love and to choose heart and to choose compassionate empathy. Again, these are words for feelings that are spiritual feelings and for spirituality, spiritual connections. But words are important so that we can help one another maybe better understand. We don't have to agree, but we can understand. And right now I pray that both sides understand and remember why we're here, which is to protect clean water, which is to protect future ancestors, and which is to honor those who have come before us. I don't know if you noticed. But a big line of people just walked in. There's a horse on the loose. I don't know if you noticed, but a big line of people just walked in, and they were silent. They were silent because they were praying. Because they recognized that you don't have to be loud, you don't have to possess a gun, you don't have to possess tear gas to peacefully resist. You know, a lot of people argue, why is there even any resistance? If the cops are saying this, why don't you obey? And my offering to that is, we must, sorry, there's a horse. We must remember that no change came from complacency, and no revolution was founded on complacency. But this revolution, this movement, this change, from Standing Rock to what's going on with Black Lives Matter, to what's going on with the feminist movement, with climate change, we're all connected, it's all connected. And all of those movements are founded in a good way, in a way where we can stand on the front lines with our hearts forward, praying not against or even for the other side, but with them. Because even though we don't understand these men in black suits up there wielding these batons and these guns and these binoculars and these chemical weapons, even though we don't understand them, or maybe even though we don't agree with them, we do know and we do understand that they too require clean water to survive, and they too require oxygen to breathe. And so we have to preserve our resources for their children as well as ours. Wow, there's like 6,000 people watching right now. I mean, look at that juxtaposition between all these people on the ground and then those people up there.
Yeah.
It's such an unfair vantage point.
It is.
Oh, you mean that they're all up there?
Yeah.
It's always been
Oh my gosh, look at, they're wielding huge
It's
shields.
going to be hard to get up that hill.
They're not trying to go up the hill, are they? Who's over there? Instagram.
And it's snowing today for the first time.
Say that again.
It's snowing today for the first time, which is so
considered to be a
beautiful.
blessing.
It is a blessing.
Is there anything you would like to share?
That everyone here is staying in sacred prayer. That's our intention, is to reclaim the water through sacred prayer and through really being in alignment with the universe and our higher spirits, and everyone's water is sacred for all. And we all need to honor that, and we know that these guys have the same situation. They're going to want water. Their families are going to want water. We all want water.
We all need water.
We all need water. It's critical. Yeah. And to stay in balance in this. The elders keep calling for people to really stay in their wisdom and their center and their ground, and not to go into fear.
And what can people at home do to stay in their center?
They can do actually equalized breathing in the same count to the same count out, and that really helps to take you to a higher state of consciousness and helps to shift the energy, the fear, because they want us to be afraid, right? That's their tactic. And if we're not afraid, if we keep standing in who we know we are, we're there, you know? It's staying in our power and not letting them have the power. You can put lavender oils under your nose for chemtrails or chemicals that are coming at you. Not eat GMO foods because they create more anxiety and more fear and more anger. Those are critical pieces. Take our food back, take our water back, and take our air back.
Thank you, Auntie.
You're welcome.
Were you all wisdom? Huh? We're live. Because I want to be able to do this. I think it's important. I don't have it. I don't have service up there, so I have to stay back here. I want to invite everyone who's watching. You know, it's really easy to be angry at these cops, and it's really easy to be aggressive towards them. And at home, you know, say words that maybe aren't grounded and rooted in heart and in prayer. But what we have to recognize is that they're doing what they think they have to do, right? And even if we know that, damn, they're getting some things ready that I have no idea what they even are. Even though, you know, they're doing what they think they have to do, and we know perhaps that what we're doing is bigger picture and not instant gratification and not small picture. Thank you, my love. We have to come with them and come at them in a good way. Not with anger and not with aggression. I'm not saying to dispel that anger, but to use that anger. To use that anger and turn it into, transmute it, transform it into prayer and into hope and into peace, because that is how we are going to win not only this, but that is how we're going to unite as all nations together to heal what needs to be healed from years and years and years and years of capitalism and corporate ignorance. So I invite you to be kind. It doesn't mean that you can't be angry and that you can't disagree, but be kind with that anger. Be kind in the way that you use that anger. That's how we will heal.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, anger really comes back at you. So to let it move through you and to release those emotions, but to go into your higher state as soon as possible. That's why the equalized breathing makes a big difference, because you can actually transform anger into action. And what has shifted them, what has brought them over to join in our camp, is actually people telling them they love them and that we need water. You probably already reported that police officers have actually quit and come to the camp.
I haven't talked about that yet today.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's a big deal. And really,
Do you want to repeat
they're
that?
just, yeah, there have been police officers who've actually quit the force and have come and joined the camp. So what's happening is with love and with prayer and with really being in alignment with our inner self, our God self, we can shift that energy and shift them. Thanks. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay safe. Did you want lavender oil under your nose?
Sure.
There you go.
Thank you.
Let me just put a little more on. Okay.
Thank you. And that's for the tear gas?
That's for tear gas and chemtrails, because
Chemtrails.
chemtrails is a big way that they try to control us.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, brother, can you tell me information about what that is and what that's from?
I got that one and another one.
Wow.
Which was, oh, sorry.
No, it's good. We got it.
Sunday night, we were on the bridge, and I was at the razor wire, and at the direction of two natives on the ground and one on the left. One guy got shot. 4 natives were in front, and one of them got shot in the ribs, named Sebastian. And then, so the native says, "Hey, we need somebody to hold the plywood to protect us from the water." And I was one of the closest ones, so I had to go up in there. So I went there and just shielding the water at the razor wire at the very front. And one of the natives got his finger shot and lost, probably the tip of his finger. When he fell down and I was assisting him, I was shot in the back. And I was too afraid to go that way because there was no cover. So I had to go back to the front and go back to my position. Now I'm holding his plywood and my plywood. And when the sheriff's department or the military, whoever was running the water cannon, spread open my plywood, and they riddled everybody, shot everybody. And when I seen the officer go through the razor wire with that action, I just tilted my head down to shield my face. And that officer shot me with a sack.
Was it a beanbag sack?
A little bit bigger than a beanbag sack. Beanbag sacks, they shoot them out of 12 gauge, like shotguns. This was a 2-inch sack, 1/4-inch ball bearings. They normally kill inmates in prison for climbing the walls or kill animals. In a headshot, I was so lucky it was on the top of my head and not in the side or something else. My only crime was letting the water splash my plywood going back towards them. And the crime for them to shoot us should be a threat of their life. Their life was threatened by me splashing them back with the water that was hitting my plywood. I wasn't arrested at the hospital, which if I was threatening their life and they shot me, if I threaten your partner's life or property, that should be a violation.
It's back on.
For an officer to just shoot anybody through the razor wire, we weren't touching it. We're approximately 3 feet from the razor wire. They were shooting through it. So my only violation was holding the plywood, splashing them with the ricochet splashes at the officers. I wasn't arrested at the hospital because I threatened their life, causing them to shoot with that kind of force. And now I just want to stay here. They make me want to.
Can we see your head again? This is what happened to our brother when he was on the front lines the other night. In sub-zero degrees, not only were they being shot at with beanbag bullets and rubber bullets, but they were also being thrown percussion grenades and sprayed with tons of water in sub-0 degree temperatures.
And
Thank you
these
for
were
your
about 5
sacrifice.
minutes apart. So not only did I get shot in the back first, I still stayed there because the only shield, only protection I had was to go back to the front line. I couldn't leave because I was actually afraid for my life. I was actually afraid.
Yeah.
I'm pushing for soil samples to find out what the additive was that they were spraying us with, because it'll be concentrated heavier towards the equipment and where the crowd was being sprayed. And after this snow and rain, when it melts and goes towards the water, it should be EPA should get involved and sample the soil samples closer to the river, which tells us that illegal additive was added to the water, and then it goes into the water. That's what we're fighting for. So let somebody out there find out what they added to it, because at the beginning it was freezing us. We had blocks of clothes. Then when the temperature got even colder and they ran out of the additive, backed the fire truck to it, used their water, we weren't freezing. So they added something to it. There was something illegal that will go into the water at the main bridge. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, brother. Be safe. You just saw what happened to a brother when I found my gloves. Let me see. You just saw what happened to a brother when he was on the front lines, and today is Thanksgiving. There's a good chance that something might happen. They've sent the helicopters out. Oh boy, the mountain is now littered with cops. I want to get a lot closer, but it's hard for me to get too close because I don't have a signal. So I'm just watching from down here. Those are all cops up there. You who are saying Happy Thanksgiving, I appreciate your sentiment, but I do encourage you to research what this holiday was founded on and why this holiday exists, and what we can do to change this holiday. A lot of people don't know that Thanksgiving was founded because of a massacre. And still in elementary school, our kids are being taught to cut out pilgrims and cut out photos of Native Americans and turkeys and put them together. So I empower you with your family today to take some time to rest in not only gratitude, because every day should be days of gratitude, but to reflect on why this holiday exists and how we can do something to change this holiday, and properly educate ourselves, because right now Western society has kind of no interest in educating ourselves about not only the history of Native Americans, but also what's going on today with Native Americans, which is why you see so many, oh shit, my phone's about to die, which is why you see so many journalists being arrested for, sorry, I need to plug my phone in, which is why you see so many journalists being arrested for reporting on the Dakota Access Pipeline. Shh. Hold on, let me just see if my phone is charging yet. Okay, it's charging. My phone is, or my car is also being really loud. Let me show you what's going on. So I'm going to say this again. I said it a few minutes ago. But, you know, it's really easy to be angry right now. Angry at these police officers. Angry at DAPL. Angry at everyone who is for the Dakota Access Pipeline and protecting, you know, corporations behind the Dakota Access Pipeline. But anger does not serve us. Compassion and prayer and love does. And I'm not saying to eradicate that anger, because anger is a powerful tool. Anger is fire, right? It represents the fire element. That element inside of ourselves that can combust and ignite and provide heat and life. But we must learn to transmute that anger like a wildfire. If it gets out of control, great destruction can happen. To use our anger as a means to help this planet. And on this planet exist all types of creatures, all types of humans, all types of elements. And instead of being angry and aggressive towards these police officers, what if we use that anger as a means to pray harder and to help educate them about why this pipeline is happening, which is what these people are doing right now. Okay, we're back. You know, the reason why people are resisting is because there's cause to resist. There's justice to stand up for. And I'm just reading some of the comments. And so I do encourage you at home to be kind with your anger and to pray for those on the other side, because it's not us against them, it's us for them, it's us with them. You know, they have children too. They require clean water to live. They require oxygen to breathe. And we must change these dialogues surrounding us against us, against us, against them, against them, against them, against, because that never gets us anywhere. It has to be, let us use that fire inside of us to stand up for what's right, and let's do it in a good way. That's what all these people here are doing. And I'm sorry I'm far away. My phone doesn't have reception up there. Name Autumn Morningstar just put on Facebook, our National Day of Mourning equals the day they deem Thanksgiving. Those are powerful words. Let us reflect on those today with our families. Those drums, do you hear those songs? Those are prayers. Those are prayers for all of humanity, all sentient beings, all creatures on this planet. see that cop up there? They're getting a hose ready. They're probably, oh, look, they started spraying the water. They're gonna start spraying water at all of these people on the ground in sub-0 degrees. Let me check what temperature it is right now. I don't know why that's wrong. It is, I guess it's not sub-0. It's 47 degrees out. It was snowing this morning. It says that my signal is up, so I might try and walk over there. And you can see all the shields up there and the hose that they're getting ready to deploy, filled with water. Good point. Someone just said on when they sprayed before, they said it was to put out fires. I don't see any fires today either. There's no fires. There's a lot of sage, but no fires. Okay. One second. Okay, so from home, those of you who are watching and want to be able to do something, you can text the number 82623 right now, 82623, and in the subject line of your text message, put water, and it will keep you updated on what's going on here, and what you can do from home, and where and how you can donate, as well as calling Obama and telling him that you want to stop the Dakota Access Pipeline. If he had a flood of calls on Thanksgiving, quote unquote, I think that would be a really powerful statement, and not to shame him, not to do it in a bad way or with anger, but to do it in a way that's effective and demands that the public wants our politicians to stand up against the Dakota Access Pipeline and against corporate ignorance. Another thing you can do, that we all can do, is if your money is in a bank, a big corporate bank, you can choose to go in, and I highly encourage you all to do this. You should go in. Sorry, I'm just reading all of these comments, you guys. Come on. So you can go into your bank and record yourself using the hashtag BankExit. Withdraw your money. Chase Bank, Citibank, Bank of America, all of these big, Wells Fargo, all of these big corporate banks have invested in Dakota Access Pipeline. So if you go in and you say that you're taking your money out and you're putting it in a local credit union until they divest from the Dakota Access Pipeline, you share those videos online. That's a powerful way to take matters into our own hands. It doesn't matter if Obama doesn't stop this pipeline. It doesn't matter if President-elect Trump doesn't stop this pipeline, because if they don't have investments in this pipeline, then this pipeline cannot go through. And you have to be the one to demand that investments are pulled out, and that the Dakota Access Pipeline they're starting to spray water, isn't going to be financially able to fund this pipeline. Okay, I got juice in my phone. Let's see what happens when we go a little closer. They are starting to spray water. All right. And kind brother who just said, "Why are you sitting in a car?" I was charging my phone so that I could actually show you what's going on here. Love you.
Yeah, they're so heavy for spoons.
Half of us are walking around
special
blind.
salt.
You can't wear your glasses
You
out
do too,
here.
bro.
Yeah,
They already screwed my first pair on
Someone was
Sunday.
Yeah.
Should have taken my contacts
Why are you
out.
sitting in that car?
Yeah.
I'm like, my phone's dead.
Their little cell interceptors are pretty impressive technology.
Yeah.
I think that's why they invented airplane mode.
Oh, I'm at 10%. Does anyone have a portable charger for cell phones?
Are they shutting yours on and off?
Yeah, my connection's going in and out, but it's also just, it could be.
Everybody else's phone is getting like yours and mine are the only two I know about not getting.
I don't know. Ask
Yeah,
her.
squad.
I would assume so. This gentleman's name is Ezra. This is the gentleman I met on the front lines the other night. That makes you Shailene, right?
Yeah, for all of our family and friends watching, say a prayer.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
I think they're slickening up the slopes
Yep.
with this hose.
Yeah.
You're the reason I'm here.
Really?
I saw your video online.
Thank you. I'm doing another video right now.
I'm the one that messaged you on Facebook. So just ignore
Thank you
that
for
now.
being here. Oh, I don't know how to use Facebook at all except for this
Don't worry about it.
live button.
Thank you for being here. That video that you put of you getting arrested.
It was not intentional.
No,
I
it
did
was
not
not
intend to be
intentional.
arrested. It was.
That's what made it so
It kind
real.
of worked out good though
That's
that
what
it
made
was
so
being
real.
recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how we had to take Sunday night. It was basically like it sucked to have so many of us hurt and gassed, and
Can I put that on here?
yeah, it hurt like in your hearts, like in the heart of the camp, to have your friends and your family, your brothers and your sisters around you, and you know that they're hurt. People walking with black eyes, and that girl that lost most of the tissue in her arm. But it was nice. We're all sick, covered in chemicals, but it was really we really had to take it with love. Yeah.
Okay, we're back on. You were saying something about love.
Yeah, you had to take it, even through all the people that got hurt and watching all that suffering. You had to take it with love in your hearts, and love them anyway, because it's the only way. If you hate them, you're just them. You have to love them, and it was nice. It was nice to know the amount of support that poured in and knowing that our brothers and sisters were not hurt in vain.
Thank you for sharing that. It's so important. I keep saying the same thing.
Yeah.
It's okay to have anger because it's fire. We got to use that anger in a good way.
It has to be.
And we have to love.
We have to love them. They have a tough choice to make. Are they going to keep feeding their families and paying for their home, or are they going to walk over here? And that's a tough choice to make.
And some of them have done it.
Yeah, some of them have done that. And anyone I saw on the front lines on Sunday who did not pull that trigger, who didn't shoot that bullet, we thanked them. Thank you for not shooting us, which is a weird thing to say, but it's important. Thank you for not pulling that trigger, because it shows me that you're human too, that you're hearing us.
She just sits around so beautiful. We have to remember to love them. Thank you so much. This is awesome. I'm not gonna. I'll just fill it to like 20%.
Like you have more of an impact.
Let me just make sure it's. Yes. Oh, I was at 1%. Thank you. You saved us.
10,000 viewers do thank you.
We have not moved towards you. You are moving towards us.
How could they move towards us?
We have to take it as an act of aggression. We will begin with water. Please roll back across the river, and there won't be a confrontation.
They're so reluctant today.
Huh?
They're reluctant.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you, brother.
You as well. It's funny to see you up here on the front line. Glasses.
So they were just chanting, "You have guns, we have prayers." I'm on the front lines, and I can attest that that is a very true statement.
Some of the protests, I noticed some of them with their glasses, they're pretty heavy prescription. Yeah, I have some.
Your actions towards us show aggression.
He was just saying your actions towards us show aggression. I don't see anything aggressive about what's happening. And maybe you 10,000 people who are watching can help me understand if this is aggressive. I don't know. Do you see any aggression?
We will begin using water. We do not want confrontation. Please roll back across the way. that you're moving women to the front to make it look like we're trying to hurt them. That is the last thing we want to do. Please stop doing that. Do not want a confrontation with anybody.
Come on, watch some football. Come on.
Doing it.
Oh!
You want any more? Really? Thank you.
All of our friends are watching you right now, gentlemen!
The comedian.
Please go back to the camp. Please go back to the camp. And we
This Joker's here all